Yellowstone's 10 Best Dutton Family Members from all shows. The Dutton family tree, which makes up the soul of the Yellowstone franchise, comprises fantastic characters. While each member of the Dutton family tree has something that sets them apart from the rest, clan members like Elsa, Isabel May, and Spencer, bred on Sklinner, are highlights of their respective series. That said, some of the members of the Dutton family are even more outstanding than others. And, of course, every Yellowstone aficionado's lineup would be a bit different. While many characters from screenwriter Taylor Sheridan's flagship Yellowstone series stand out as some of the best in the franchise, its prequels contain equally compelling personalities. For instance, the cast of 1883 has some of the grittiest family members ever to walk Montana, and the characters in 1923 carry on the family's legacy of skilled fighters, hunters, and pioneers. It's worth rounding up the best of the bunch to compare their standout qualities, which cross over and form a distinct brand for the whole family. Jacob Dutton has the gritty, raw je ne sais quoi of all the Dutton family members who run the ranch. Yellowstone audiences have witnessed 7 generations of the family run the ranch throughout their time in Montana. Jacob Dutton takes over after the death of his brother, James Dutton, Tim McGraw, and he has the same rugged intellect as his sibling. Of course, Jacob is one of the best members of the Dutton family, partly because iconic Star Wars and Indiana Jones actor Harrison Ford plays him. Ford brings his iconic star power to the role as Jacob fights to secure his family's hold on their empire. He's a steadfast leader paired with an iconic partner, Kara, Helen Mirren, and the group makes up one of the most enjoyable Yellowstone power couples. Jacob trusts the people around him to make beneficial decisions for the ranch, like when he sends Kara to the Livestock Commission in his place after he's shot in the abdomen. All that said, Jacob's mix of wisdom and compassion doubtlessly places him among the best Dutton family members. Kara Dutton is also among the best family members, and she's arguably even more enjoyable than her husband, Jacob Dutton. Helen Mirren is a main character in 1923, a historical piece about the first 3 generations of the Dutton family navigating the Great Depression in Montana. Kara carries her weight as the family's matriarchal leader. After her husband experiences a near-fatal injury, Kara Dutton saves her husband's life. Then she takes Jacob's place in the Montana Livestock Commission, filling in to hide her husband's tragedy. The Queen and prime suspect actor pulls equally great star power as her husband, with Mirren garnering an Academy Award for her performance in the former production. Kara plays a significant role in the 1923 story, with elements like Kara featuring in the series' opening scene as evidence of her central role. Like other Dutton women such as Margaret, Faith Hill, and Evelyn Dutton, Gretchen Mol, Kara has the correct grit to be a rancher's partner, and she is even funnier, wiser, and more compassionate than the others. Alex Dutton, Julia Schlapfer, is another woman who married into the Dutton family and quickly became a favorite member. While she doesn't meet the others in 1923 Season 1, Alexandra Dutton has the same fiery personality as the rest of the Dutton women, making her a compelling contribution to the family. Beyond Alex's gripping storylines with Spencer across Africa and the Atlantic Ocean that surround the character with excitement and romance and make her fun to watch, Alex is one of the most supportive partners. While her decision to run away from her life of British royalty was impulsive, Alex has been a faithful and supportive partner to Spencer Dutton. Spencer is the youngest of James and Margaret Dutton's children, born after the family settled in Montana. Spencer distances himself from his family after the war, and Alex helps her new beau reconnect by encouraging him to read Kara's letters. Ultimately, Alex has a vast heart and enormous spirit, and she understands Spencer, making her the perfect addition to the clan. A few Dutton in-laws rank as high as the rest of the bunch, and Rip Wheeler is among them. Rip, Beth's husband, becomes an official Dutton when the pair are wedded in the Yellowstone season 4 finale. Still, Rip was vital to the family long before he married Beth, and his enduring relationship with John Dutton adds to his significance. Beyond being an in-law, Rip is John Dutton's symbolic child, with a ranch owner gifting the foreman his own house and calling him a son as proof. Rip is one of the best members of the Dutton family because he is just as committed to protecting the ranch as the rest of them. Rip's robust connection to the family is explained in Yellowstone flashbacks that show Rip establishing his life at the ranch. The extensive history of Rip in Yellowstone makes his character one of the most beloved. Rip's loyalty to his wife and the family makes him stand out, as does Kolhauser's trustworthy and unshakable demeanor. Despite not being born into the family, Rip is as Dutton as anyone. Case Dutton's freedom in Yellowstone and his story leading up to it proves he's one of the best of the clan. From the beginning of Yellowstone Season 1, Case desired to do things differently. He lives off the ranch on the Broken Rock Reservation with his wife, Monica, Kelsey Asbill, and their son, Tate, Brecken Merrill. While the Yellowstone series premiere events cause him to come home in Season 1, and throughout the rest of the seasons, Case is the first Dutton to break the family's cycle of dying for the ranch. When Case takes over the ranch's operations, he aims to turn over a new leaf. He refuses to take Walker, Ryan Bingham, to the train station, and the Drifter becomes one of the best Yellowstone cowboys after he returns. Case's instincts to fight only for the sake of good contrast with John and Rip's violence toward anyone who threatens the ranch, ultimately allowing Case to leave violence behind and prioritize his family. Ultimately, Case's actions in Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2 allowed the character to free his family from dying over the land they occupy. Of course, the modern Dutton family patriarch is one of the best members of the Dutton family. Kevin Costner's performance as John Dutton is the soul of Sheridan's flagship series, with all the other Yellowstone characters circling him. Costner's performance as John holds the series and characters together, and his stubborn yet charming character makes for a significant series lead. With the flagship Yellowstone series predating 1883 and 1923, Costner's John Dutton is synonymous with the franchise as the first known protector of the Dutton Ranch. Some of John's best moments were alongside his daughter, Beth, his foreman, Rip, and his grandson, Tate. John Dutton has sincere moments with those he loves most, rounding his stern leadership with an emotional quality that completes the character. Costner's star power doubtlessly enhances the role, with favor for Yellowstone Season 5 dropping off after the Dances with Wolves actor exited the series following disputes with Sheridan over Season 5, Part 2. Yellowstone losing favor after John's death proves his prevalence within the family and franchise. A few years into Yellowstone's run, the franchise introduces Tim McGraw as James Dutton in Sheridan's 1883 prequel. The father embarks on a Northwest version of the Oregon Trail in the offshoot, doubtlessly making James Dutton one of the Dutton clan's grittiest, most fearless leaders. James travels with his children, John, Audie, Rick, and Elsa and his wife, Margaret, and his family's journeys throughout Texas and the Great Plains comprise the Dutton family's Montana origin story. James endured arguably the most strife with the least support, making the character stand out. Moreover, James Dutton fiercely loved and protected his family in a way they could see and experience daily. Even while fighting for his life on the Oregon Trail, James Dutton made the time to create experiences with his children. James trusted Elsa to make her own decisions during her coming-of-age experience as a pioneer and cowboy, and he trusted Margaret to defend her and their children's lives. All the Dutton characters in 1883 were fierce, memorable characters, some of the best in the franchise, and McGraw's James is no exception. Spencer Dutton is near the top of the list of the best Dutton family members, with excellent chances of becoming even better in 1923 Season 2. Brandon Sklenar plays a riveting World War I veteran who establishes a career as a world-famous hunter after the war's end. Despite not existing on the ranch, Spencer's journey through Nairobi and Tanganyika in Africa makes for the most visually compelling scenes in Sheridan's 1923 prequel. Moreover, Spencer's love story with Alexandra is one of the franchise's most romantic. Spencer has the impressive qualities to protect the ranch, proving he can compete with the best of his family. Spencer is a fierce killer due to his time in the Great War, which would translate well into Spencer's ultimate duty to protect his family's empire. The war hero is also a compassionate partner to his wife, Alex, who he weds on a steamship after the couple is rescued from a shipwrecked tugboat. His story is the most compelling in 1923, and Spencer demands the audience's attention, making him an outstanding family member.